boxing gloves. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day. Y'all, I finally just decided to go ahead and do it. Instead of just hoarding Ipsies in my room and them forever just growing larger and larger in their massive quantities, I figured that we would just bring back the ye olden Ipsy Showdown, aka the worst game show on YouTube. It has been quite some time since we have done just a standard Ipsy Showdown, but my dad brought over all of my boxes that come to the PO box today. He's very sweet. And these just happen to be in the stack that he brought me, so I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and open these 3 bags today. We'll compare them together and see if they match my profiles, which I don't even know if I remember anymore. We have my regular profile, which is just like regular stuff, like just everyday kind of makeup. I really don't want much skincare in it. Then we have my adventurous profile, which has like, you know, like green eyeshadow, that kind of thing in it, or supposed to. It never actually does. And then we have the skincare profile, which is just supposed to have skincare in it, none of that yicky makeup, which Ipsy is just surprisingly good at doing, you know, not including makeup and things. Let's go ahead and get on into it here. The very first bag of the first Ipsy Showdown in a long time. Aggressive throw. This is the bag for the month. On the front here it says power moves. Oh, it's like a little, oh, okay, you know, you could like, that could be a fashion statement. I'm gonna assume like they were intending for power moves to be, you know, like empowerment, but the only thing I can think of for some reason is like WWE man in spandex climbing up to like a top of a 40-foot ladder and like into another man. Like a power move. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what is inside of the bag here. So we have our little paper for the month. Sometimes, I was gonna say, sometimes it tells you like what's inside the bags and like how much they cost, and then sometimes it doesn't, and I don't believe this does, so we don't really need that. Well, look how itty bitty you are. Get over here. Oh, okay, so the first thing I'm seeing in here is from Winky Lux. You know, if you have like a magnifying glass you might be able to read the rest of it, but I think it says Peeper Perfect. This is in the shade Fair. Is this like a concealer or like an eyeshadow base? I don't know why eyeshadow bases would be like in the shade Fair, but oh, okay, I'm assuming this is a concealer. Peeper Perfect is just kind of like a strange name, but this doesn't look very fair. I mean, granted, I am fairly pale, but I do have a little bit of self-tan on right now, like, you know, not that you can see the patches anywhere. Oh, I burnt myself again. It now matches all of my other burn marks. But when I think of fair, I think of something a little bit lighter than this, and this does actually seem a bit dark, but I mean, the coverage looks okay, I guess. Ooh, bubble wrap, that's always fun, but let's go for the squeezy tube next. Those are typically less fun, at least for me. Okay, so the next thing we have in here is from Polar. We have received stuff from them before, and typically it's a hand cream, but I feel like the label is blue, and I thought, oh, because this one is red, it's probably different. It's not though. It's just the hand cream, but red. It's just a hand cream, pretty standard looking. It has Arctic berries in it, and you get 0.88 fluid ounces of it, and that's yep. Okay, next up here, oh, it's a CC cream. Okay, for a second I thought they gave us 2 concealers in one bag, but this is from IT Cosmetics. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Plus cream. I feel like I've definitely tried this at some point in time, you know, out of my 10,000 Ipsy bags that I've done, this has probably come my way at some point. This is also in the shade Fair, and it's also itty bitty. Not quite as itty bitty as the concealer, but you know, it's they're in close competition. So this is what the CC cream looks like. And you know what, guys, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and also donate these bags to the women's shelter, so I probably won't be swatching too many of the items in here. Sorry that I went ahead and swatched the concealer that's meant just for your eyes for some reason, because it talks about your peepers. That one's a little confusing to me, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and donate these bags as well. If there's something that I really want to try out of these bags, I have a ton of other products that I can stuff into them, but I do want to reserve most of these items to donate to the women's shelter. This just like screams Lizzie McGuire to me, and I don't know why. I opened this up and all I could see is Lizzie McGuire. There's no reason, no reason that I should be thinking about Lizzie McGuire at this moment looking at this eyeshadow palette, but that's like all that's in my head. There's no explanation for it. It's just a little eyeshadow duo from Farrah. We have one kind of like shimmery pink shade over here, and then another kind of shimmery brown shade. These are in these shades Forget Me Not and Nectar. Well, I was about to say, like, this is kind of cute. It gives me like summer 2000 vibes. And I'm glad there was a piece of like colorful makeup inside this bag, because the other things have been creams. But then that got me to thinking, am I missing something? Because there's only this left. Like, that was the last item in here. Is there something in the bag I just catapulted across the room? Oh, yeah, there is. Incredible. So this is how I was setting. It looks like I'm just like really short and framed. This is me setting upright. I grew like 5 inches. Wow, my posture is on like gargoyle level. Anyway, the last actual item inside this bag is from Firma Beauty. We just have a little eye brush. It's in the style 202. It doesn't really say what it's for, but it's like kind of an angled shader. I say that like I know what I'm talking about. That's what I would use it for, so I don't know. All right, you guys. So yeah, that was a bag of things. It was indeed a bag of things. Not exactly my favorite things or things that I would personally pick to put in a bag for myself, but they were in there for sure. Just a little boring, just a little basic. Team Snapchat, don't make me think people are actually trying to talk to me. Just a little boring, just a little basic, and I think because it was a bit boring and basic, but there is still technically makeup in there, I think this is my regular bag. It didn't have like enough skincare items to be skincare, and that Liz McGuire eyeshadow was just not adventurous enough to be the adventurous bag, even though I don't think the adventurous bag has truly ever existed. Really quick before we move on, I would love to tell you guys about today's sponsor, Acorns. The investing world can be intimidating to jump into, and that is where Acorns comes in. Acorns makes it easy to save and invest every day in the background of life, starting with just your spare change and no experience required. You start by getting set up with Acorns using my link, which takes just 5 minutes, and then you start investing with as little as $5. Essentially, you're just setting it up and then letting Acorns do the work. You will barely notice it, and over time, it can really grow. It's also super easy and requires absolutely no experience. Acorns helps you build habits for your financial well-being that could really have a big impact. It is trusted and backed by leading innovators and investors, from PayPal to Dwayne Johnson, Jennifer Lopez, CNBC, BlackRock, Ashton Kutcher, and Steve Harvey. Diversified portfolios designed by experts gives you exposure to more of the markets. Acorns takes a lot of guesswork out of investing. You can set up a banking account that saves and invests for you every time you spend. You can also auto-invest a piece of each paycheck, and there are 55,000 fee-free ATMs with no overdraft fees. You can instantly invest spare change with every swipe of your Acorns debit card that will have your signature custom engraved. So if you want to make investing easy, go to getacorns.com/Alexandria Ryan and download Acorns to start investing with your spare change. You can get a $10 bonus investment if you use my link and set up an account today. Terms and conditions apply. Moving right along here to bag number 2. Oh, this one's fancy. It came with like a little piece of tissue paper under the Power Moves thing. What is this for? If it were like turned this way, you could strap it to your belt and have like a belt fanny pack, but it's not. Boxing gloves. I'm glad I checked this one before I did that, because we do have another brush here. This is from HipDot. I don't believe I've ever tried a brush from them before. The handle on this feels decently sturdy. It feels a little bit thicker for some reason than a lot of eyeshadow brushes that I have. This is a shading brush. It is pretty soft. It's definitely decently like packed in there. It's pretty dense. I'm sure this would be a nice little shader brush. I'm really honestly not too picky about makeup brushes, especially for the eyes. If it's got bristles that aren't stabby, I'll probably use it to put on eyeshadow. Let's go ahead and move on into the second bag here. See what we got. We have another little pamphlet that also tells, see what I mean? Like, why can't you do this for all of them? Where's the consistency? So this one actually tells us like what is in here and then the price of it, or at least the full size price of it. Most of these things are definitely samples, but I just don't understand why we have like different cards going on. Anyway, let's go ahead. Oh, this one has chosen me. Let's go ahead and open up the first item here. I put tequila in this. I don't know how that would help with the formulation or anything, but the first item in here is from Araceli, and it says that this is a tequila highlighter con agave, and I'm highly assuming that's just like the name of the line of highlighters. I feel like putting tequila in your highlighter might not do much. There's tequila in here. I mean, they didn't like go to Liquor Mart and grab some Margaritaville and dump it in here or anything, but it does say very, very small that there is agave tequila ana leaf extract, which I'm assuming is how they make tequila. So that's interesting. It's a really nice light golden champagne-y shade, and this is really nice. This is definitely something that I personally would wear. I like my highlights to be a little bit more on like the warm golden side, so I think this is something that I would try. However, it is a bit too yellow for me, just a little bit, and I already naturally read the just like pretty orange. This might not be like the best shade for me. Oh, and just another little, oh, just so tiny and itty bitty. This itty bitty tiny little guy here is from First Aid Beauty. This is a hydrating eye cream, and typically when we get an eye cream and it looks a little bit on the smaller side, I'm like, well, you know, that's fine. You don't use a ton of eye cream, but this is like 2 drops. This is like if you can squeeze it, like pry it out of this bottle, maybe like a week's worth of eye cream, which you're not really gonna see any difference from a week's worth of anything, but especially a skincare product. Like, it just takes a while to see how well it's gonna work with your skin. Maybe you could feel some like instant hydration from it, but you know, you're not gonna see like big differences in anything. Okay, ooh, 2 bubble wrap things left. Let's go for the little one first. Oh, okay, so the next thing we have in here is from Ciate London. This is a bamboo bronzer. I wonder if there is actual bamboo in this. Some of these big words could be bamboo and I'm not real sure. Bambusa Auranacea stem extract. Could that be bamboo? The packaging on this tiny little bronzer is pretty cute. I like that pale pink, and then when you open it up on the inside, there's a cute little like imprint in the bronzer itself. I feel like this could be a decent shade for me. It's definitely not too dark. It's also not like too overly red. Sometimes my bronzer pulls really red on me for some reason. So this is cute. This is nice. It's also in the shade Palm Island, and you get 0.08 ounces of it. Moving along here to the third and final bubble wrapped item. All right, the last thing we have in the second bag is from Cheyenne B Miami, and it's so hard to open. Ooh, okay, these are pretty shades. I could definitely get into these shades. So we have 2 eyeshadow palettes, 2 eyeshadow, what do you call them? Two of these. Pans, 2 eyeshadow pans. One in this really pretty kind of like almost coffee-ish brown gray shimmer color. I don't even know what you would call that, but it's real pretty. And the other one's like this really deep kind of intense cranberry shade. I think these are both really pretty. They are in these shades Vino and Bay Harbor, but spelled like, you know, like internet bay, not like Old Bay, but the other bay. All right, you guys, so that bag definitely had a good amount of makeup in it, and I kind of want to say it's my adventurous bag just because of that like really cranberry eyeshadow, but honestly, who knows? That's probably the most colorful eyeshadow I've received in some time from them. Like, I would know, I haven't done these bags in a while. But nevertheless, my first bag so far I have said is my regular bag. My second bag I have said is my adventurous bag, so that means this one must be the skincare bag. Let's go ahead, dive on in and see. I'm so hungry. It's kind of ridiculous how hungry I am. But I have to film like 47 videos today, and I'm gonna be wearing the same thing the whole time. So I'm very sorry. And the next 2 videos, I'm gonna be looking just like this. That hurt my shoulder. Ouch. Anyway, here is the third and final bag. There is nothing on the outside of it, and right off the bat, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is my skincare bag. Yeah. Oh shoot, I'm so bad at this. I forgot to tell you guys the full size prices of the other stuff. So the tequila highlighter full size is $24. The brush that we received is $12. The full size of the Cheyenne B eyeshadow is $31. Wow. The full size First Aid Beauty hydrating cream is $30. So that probably means the 2 little drops that were inside that little bottle probably cost like 37 cents. So we didn't get any full size makeup or skincare items, but the brush itself was full size, and that was $12, so that could go towards the value of the bag. What squeezy tube would you like to start out with first? Let's go for, I don't know, maybe this one. Oh, I'm sorry, it's all the way back there. You can't even see it, can you? It's like a grain of sand. Yep, so we just have another First Aid Beauty hydrating eye cream, followed by a larger size squeezy tube, which is a, ooh, jelly milk. Yum, kind of. I did say I was very hungry. So this is from the Cream Shop. It is a jelly milk double cleanser. It is a daily cleanser and a makeup remover. So I guess if you wash your face with this when you have like a bunch of makeup on, like you don't need to wash your face again because it removes your makeup and cleanses, I guess. I don't know. It is for all skin types and has green tea, rice enzymes, and white water lily. All that sounds very pretty. And it is made in Korea. So that's an interesting product, I guess. The next thing we have in here is, you guessed it, another squeezy tube. This one's fun though, it's purple. Emu! I'm putting birds in these things now. The next thing we have here is from Sand and Sky. This is an Australian emu apple super bounce mask. I do not know at all what they mean when they say emu apple. Is that some type of fruit, or is that some type of like bird thing? I gotta look that up. I'm just too interested and kind of concerned. Oh, it's just a pretty apple. I'm not quite sure why my phone just randomly decided to start showing me pictures in like new Netflix basic quality, but everything's real fuzzy. You guys heard about that? Like, you can get like regular Netflix with like 1080p for $15.95 now, but you can still choose to have basic for $9.99 if you want to watch things in 480p, which I didn't even know existed anymore. Anyway, that's an emu apple and a very terrible way of showing it. I'll put a picture up on the screen of what an emu apple is, but it looks really nice and pretty. So this has that ingredient inside of it. I really like this tube actually. It's a nice purple and it's kind of like metal feeling. This is for glowing and plumping the skin. This actually does sound pretty nice. Like, even though it's a skincare product, it seems like an interesting one, like something I haven't seen a ton, so cool. Alrighty, moving into our last couple things here that aren't actually squeezy tubes. Ooh, I think we have some makeup. The next item we have in here is from Context, and this is a Into the Fire lipstick, I'm assuming. Yes, okay, so this is a lipstick. It's a pretty looking kind of reddish shade. I don't really want to open it up since I will be donating it. They say this is also worth 20 bucks. That's a pretty expensive little lipstick. And then finally, the last thing in here is from Me to You NYC, and this is an eye primer. I'm trying to think of something to say about eye primer besides I don't use it. I've definitely received several things from this brand before, and I think I've liked some of the stuff, so if you like eye primer, this might be a nice one. I don't know. Alright you guys, that was everything in the third and final bag, and I think it fully goes without saying that this is most definitely my skincare bag. The first two are always ippy. They're always ippy. The other two are always like up in the air which one is which. They never really truly match the profiles. Let me get you guys some prices really fast. I forgot about that again. Okay, so the full size of the the full size of the Sand and Sky is $62, so it's kind of expensive. This is actually a full size item, so the eye primer is $8. The full size version of this product here is 10 bucks, and then how can we forget? The full size of this little guy is 30, and then again the lipstick is 20. So this one actually came with like the most immediate value with two full size items in it, together equaling $28. So there is your money back for the bag plus a little. The skincare items themselves, I think they're pretty good. I'm actually pretty interested in this Sand and Sky mask. I don't know why, there's just something about it. I guess it's the emus that's just like drawing me to it. So I might look into this a little bit actually, but yeah, those were all three of the bags for the Ipsy Showdown. Sorry it wasn't a try on portion. I'm trying to figure out how to do this because I really want to be less wasteful with makeup and stuff, and like these are such nice little packages that I can donate. So on one hand, like I would love to try stuff on, and on the other hand I'm like, but this could be put to better use, because I'd hate to just like use something one time and then not go back to it because I have so many other makeup products to try out, or something that I just use on a regular basis and it could have gone to like a better place and could have gotten more use out of it. So let me know all of your suggestions down below in the comments. I am really struggling with that, like trying to go between like what I want to do for my channel, what you guys would like to see, and also what I feel like I need to do with these products. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I really appreciate all of your suggestions for everything you guys ever like give suggestions about. They are really truly helpful. I gotta go collect all of my scattered packages for the thumbnail. Dagnabbit, I don't even remember how the Ipsy Showdown works. I forgot to tell you guys if I even got them right. Let me know what you guys guessed down below and we'll see which one of us was correct. So for my first bag, I guessed that it was my regular bag, but it actually is. For my second bag, I guessed that it was my adventurous bag, and it actually is. And for my third bag, I guessed it was my skincare bag, and it most definitely is, but just in case. And yeah, I guess that's all I have for you guys today. So thank you so very much for watching. Please go ahead and consider subscribing if you would not mind. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I just hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful, fantastic day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!